Okay, so Friday, March, what would it be, 15th, the Bay of Pigs assignment is due. And the Bay of Pigs assignment, this is another kind of a conflict of the Cold War. It is a conflict of the Cold War because it's kind of this back and forth that the United States and Soviet Union had going on. They were trying to establish um, kind of dominance over each other and strategic advantage over each other, um, just in case they did go to war. And the Soviet Union, as always, the Soviet Union wanted countries to become communist. They welcomed communist people to other countries to become communist because it made them stronger, gave them more allies, more people on their side. The United States wanted to contain communism because they wanted countries to stay democratic. They wanted them to have free elections, and that meant that the United States would have more countries on their side. So it was this constant struggle back and forth, trying to keep countries either to be democratic or trying to bring on the Soviet Union side, trying to bring countries onto their side and become communist. You have a situation where Cuba, after World War II, becomes through a revolution, Cuba becomes a communist country. And they're still a communist country today. They still have Fidel Castro. He's still alive. He's not really in good health, so he's not very active today, but he is still alive, and he was kind of the leader of this revolution that made Cuba a communist country. And if you look at this map here, you can see where Cuba is in relation to the United States. It's just, I think it's about 30 miles off the coast of Florida right here. And the island of Cuba is not far away from the United States. So obviously, by Cuba becoming a communist country, it creates a big threat for the United States. They didn't like having a communist country off the coast of the United States, right off the coast, or 30 miles off the coast of the United States, right there. They did not like that. So because we weren't in, and we didn't want to go to war necessarily with the Soviet Union, we didn't want any direct conflict with the Soviet Union. The United States started thinking of ways to try to to either not to force but to coerce Cuba to go back to being a democratic country. There was a lot of people in Cuba that wanted to remain democratic, and the United States wanted it to have a counter-revolution where that Cuba would have another revolution and become democratic again and not be communist anymore. So the Bay of Pigs was a way of the CIA and the United States to kind of plan this plot. They plotted basically a kind of revolution in Cuba, and the United States through the CIA. They planned this out with Cuban refugees, and they tried to get Cuba to have a revolution so that they would become democratic again. And so what you're going to do is you're going to read the Remembering the Bay of Pigs Invasion. Read that. Okay, and you have that background right there. So you have the reading. And then you have the video, Invading Cuba. And your login is J21VA student. And password is JeffGo. And then you log in. And then you watch the video on the Invading Cuba, the Bay of Pigs. It's right down here. So watch 1 and 2. Okay? When you're done watching the video, you're going to go down and you're going to answer the questions on the worksheet about the video and about the Bay of Pigs invasion. All right? And that's it. That's some background and also how to do the assignment. All right? I will talk to you all later. Bye.